Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction to Demon Slayer. This time it's Season 1, Episode 8, and I am pretty excited because last episode we sorted out the whole kidnapping mess and defeated the demon that was there, and we learned a bit more about Muzan, and to my absolute surprise, we met him pretty instantly. He was literally in the next location that Tanjiro visited. Now, sometimes people might complain about such a thing in a show, like, oh, well, that was rushed. On the contrary, I am thoroughly refreshed and impressed with how this series keeps us on pace. Like, it doesn't pad things out with unnecessary filler. I quite welcome this. Like, hey, we have an objective. We've met it, and the complication is that he's blending in with human society, so it's not as simple as running up and slashing him, because to the general public and his fake family, but it's real to them, it's going to seem like you've just randomly murdered a dude. So he's got a pretty good cover going on, and I had it re-clarified after re-watching the previous episode that he's pretty much the only demon that can turn humans into demons. So it was him that infected Nezuko, and that's probably what that one demon was referring to for Nezuko's strength. It was like she must have ingested a lot of demon blood, so basically Muzan gave her a lot of blood. But just like when I watched I Am Zamba's reaction to the episode, I was wondering, yeah, but why? What made Nezuko worth giving that much blood? I'm sure that'll be revealed eventually if that's the route we're going down. But yeah, I had it clarified that this isn't some sort of zombie logic, like you won't automatically turn into a demon by getting wounded. It's only him. It's only his art that seems to be able to infect others. Okay, that I have that properly established to me now. So yeah, that's definitely him then. If he's the only one that can do it, he is the one that attacked Tanjiro's home, and that's why he can smell that it's him. Yeah, I was very intrigued that he infected someone completely, like, just with a simple swipe of his claw. So it looks like putting the blood inside them is an extra step to give them more strength instead of just the base transformation. I don't know the potency of his power, but obviously it's potent enough to turn someone within 10 seconds from just nicking them, so that's pretty major. And of course, the poor guy's poor girlfriend or wife or whatever got bitten, and he's causing a scene. So I don't know if Muzan is going to use this as a cover to escape, or if he's just going to cause a general scene of chaos and pretend to help, like some villains might like to do. I don't know. He seems very cool and calculating, so he's very hard to read. So I'm hoping that we get to see a little more of what makes him tick in this episode, so I'll have a better judgment of what he's going to do going forward. I have no idea what's coming up, but as usual, I'm excited to find out. So we're going to hop right into this. Okay then, that was Demon Slayer episode 8, and just like I thought, Muzan was basically creating a distraction so that he could leave the scene. Very curious as to, well, I guess it's because he had his face covered and he had a wad of cloth in the guy's mouth so you couldn't see the sharp teeth. I was a bit confused as to why the guards couldn't tell something was obviously like going on with the guy and that it was Tanjiro's, unless they were coming into... No, I get it. They were coming in to apprehend the guy and Tanjiro was in the way because they didn't understand that they wouldn't be able to handle him. Like, they thought it was just having an episode, but he was obviously in demon mode, and Tanjiro failed pretty spectacularly in communicating that fact. Yeah, that's what it was. So obviously it's like, no, seriously, you can't handle him. I'm the only one able to hold him down. I loved the visual effects. Those were brilliant when all the flowers and petals came in, almost like a genjutsu was starting. Like some sort of illusion magic. Yeah, I like how you could see her subtle reaction in the crowd. I've wrote the names down. Yeah, I like how you could see Tamayo's subtle reaction to how much Tanjiro humanizes the demons and doesn't like use defamatory language towards them and stuff. He treats them with humanity, and I like that she chose to help him based on that. Like, oh, this person might understand. That's why she sent Yushio to I think that's his name. By the time I wrote it down, I never heard it said again, or I didn't pay attention enough. So for now, I've wrote Yushio. I will correct that in my folder if I'm wrong. But so that's why he was told to go fetch Tanjiro, because like, hey, this guy might be able to help. He seems to actually have a good head on his shoulders. And obviously, they'd have been curious about Nezuko when she showed up. I like that we weren't instantly handed the way. This doctor basically said, hey, it's something we're trying to aim for, but we're not quite there yet. But Nezuko will be a vital part of helping towards that, because we can study her blood as one of these demons that somehow doesn't have to ingest blood. Like, it shouldn't have been enough to sleep it off. It shouldn't have been enough. So we're going to find out exactly what's gone off with Nezuko. And I mean, I'm sure I missed one bit of subtitles saying about how she might have evolved or changed slightly over the course of a long period of sleep. I'll have to rewatch that before the next episode just to make sure I've not missed any facts. But the whole concept of Nezuko being unique, I had a feeling that was the case, because otherwise there might be more of her type walking around. You know, other people that figured out they just needed to sleep. But obviously it's also helping that she was hypnotized by Sakonji to, you know, treat humans like friends, so that she's not all rabid attack dog on them all the time. So that was also really helpful. I'm very curious as to what's going to happen next episode. I don't know how long this fight against these two demons is going to last. But I do know that this is obviously when they're going to get their first bit of blood from either one of them or both of them. I'm thinking one of them might escape and report back to Muzan and then get killed for not doing the job properly. That's just how his type of villain works. But yeah, it does seem to be setting it up that she said, oh, you'll need to face demons with the blood pumped into them, similar to how Nezuko was, but obviously Tamayo doesn't realise that yet. But he'll need to face demons similarly injected and take their blood so that it can be studied and stuff like that. And then two happen to show up. That is basic, you know, like, oh, we need to do this thing. Here's the quick pacing. Here's the thing. I love it. I legitimately love it. Speaking of Muzan, though, I really, really enjoyed that uncomfortable alley scene. That was really well done in selling his villainous character. Like, you saw the gentlemanly side, or the I don't want to deal with worms side of him, whichever way you choose to see it, when he was blowing it off at first, like, oh, excuse me, yeah, and trying to ignore them at first. Like, he doesn't want to get into some skirmish for the sake of it. He seems like someone with class, when he's not pissed off, of course. But the guys in the alley made the stupid mistake of pissing him off. And as soon as he got genuinely upset, they were all dead. Like, yep, that's fair enough. That's very villainesque. But the thing that made it effectively villainesque was how much of a ruthless brute he was, while never losing his aura of, like, cool, smart, you know, his general demeanor. Even when he was talking lividly and you could hear it in his voice, or talking in an intimidating way, he was still very quiet, still very measured, very direct, talking directly to the victim in front of him, like speaking to their soul, like he's a horror villain. Like, that was so effective. Especially now it's become his trademark to... I like it. I like it a lot. I do also like how we got to see how his injection works. He just like sticks his finger right in and starts pumping his own blood through his fingernail, I guess. just rip up the gap or something. Just starts pumping his blood in there. And if he puts too much in, you're going to turn into Mitty. And I'm sorry if I'm traumatizing Made in Abyss fans. Obviously, I'm not going to include any reference images this time around, out of common decency. but people who know. I do feel bad, as I said, for that woman, because she was just tagging along with them and she got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, you can see how terrified she was. She just wanted to leave, but he's like, nah, I gotta do cleanup. You've seen me kill people. Like, I'm trying to blend in as a normal person. If I've killed one of you, you've all gotta die. That's what I was thinking at the time. Is like, so is he gonna clean up? Yeah, he cleaned up. No witnesses. But okay, so when he said he was going to talk to the police, Muzan, he obviously meant he was going to recruit these two demons to go and kill Tanjiro, which makes all the sense in the world. Like, they had been sent directly to kill it. At first I was wondering why these two guys appeared out of nowhere, but it's like, since the episode ended, I've since pieced together those two plot threads, like, oh, right. He wasn't going to talk to the police at all, was he? He was going to talk to them and tell them, hey, I got some kid that I want you to take out. Because he knows what I am and he called me out. It was pretty embarrassing. But yeah, he sent these two chumps that are going to be Tanjiro's first learning curve. He might struggle a bit at first, but with some teamwork with these new characters, he's probably going to come out on top. I doubt the series ends right here. But yeah, really loving it. Yeah, not much else I can say, so I shall see you guys next time.